it's not on my GPS yet. And the airport's around there, so I guess we'll go towards the airport and figure out from there. Directions. Start. Got it. What up, boys and girls? I was Bangkokhooker here. Today I'm with my buddy Ben. He's the owner and producer of Bright House Media. He's the man holding the camera right now. So all footages today will be done by his company. It's gonna be freaking sick, and we're gonna go check out the brand new Bungsamran Fishing Park. We have made it. It has taken roughly 1 hour to get here. So in terms of distance, it's further than the last place, but at the same time, you don't have to drive through Hang, which is like a traffic hellhole of Bangkok. So I guess it's kind of nice. And look at the scenery. We're surrounded by this gorgeous rice paddy thing. You know, the problem with the old Bungsamran is it got a little too urban. You get there and it's just too much traffic jam. So already, that's a plus. Actually, you know what, yeah, okay, I'll talk about the bait. There are predominantly two main types of baits you can use here in Bungsamran. Bread and rice husk, which we call ram, not lam. A lot of the foreigners that started writing about Bungsamran initially called it lam because that's how Thais call it when they're lazy. They don't pronounce the R's as hard, but grammatically it's spelled with an R, not an L, so it's ram. Either way, we're going to use rum today because I hear that they have Mekong giants, just like the old pond, and Siamese giant carp that will go for this. This would be for more other species, so we might try that bait afterwards. We're going to start with some rum first and see how it goes.ไปซุ้มไหนดีแนะนำหน่อยครับนู่นแหละไปลึกๆหน่อยลึกๆหน่อยนะขอไปเนาะครับ Okay. So that's one of the guys that's been working here from like the old days. I asked him what's a good spot to go for, and he said try to go for the deeper area. So all the way towards the end of the pier over there would be where the deepest end is. Hot season in Thailand. Ruduran, we call it. I mean, we only have cool season, dry season, stupid hot season, rainy season, and back to cool season. And right now, we're in stupid hot season. So you might have noticed a couple of extra sweat drops on my face since the last shot, but hey, it is a hot day. Okay, first up, let's take that granulated rice husk, or rum, not lum, thank you very much. I know you Farang fishing writers meant well, but sometimes we just need to fix a couple of things. Don't worry, we got that kind of stuff all over Thailand, dude. We say a lot of things wrong. English, Tinglish, or whatever. Now, I've been told by some of the people here, you should not put your hands in to wash in this pond, simply because there are species like alligator gar that are attracted to splashiness. So if you wash your hands in here, you might get your fingers bit off. So be a little careful. I'm not even kidding. Seriously, some guy just got his hand gashed open by an alligator gar a few weeks ago. So don't wash your hands in the pond. That's why buckets. Oh, and that's why you have buckets. Just dump it in. Okay. You've seen me do this in a lot of videos, so I'm gonna do it again. This is how you mix rice husk bait at Bungsamran. Today I'm gonna use a butterscotch seasoning. Mix it into the water from the pond. So use half a bottle for that. So roughly a third of the bucket's worth and half of the bottle's worth should be ideal. Let's add a little more, why not? Now, you want to mix this with this together. You don't want the bait to be too wet. You don't want it to be too clumpy either. You don't want it to be too dry. So something like sand after a light shower would be the ideal texture. So stick your hand like this and drip the water in one bit at a time. Like so. You take your fingers, open it up like that, press it into the bait, and just start circling bait. Now we mix the bait, we have this consistency. See that? It's almost like, looks almost like the crumble, you know, like apple crumble. You take a handful like that, and you press the coil feeder in. Then you take another half handful, put on top like that, and simultaneously, see that how my fingers are perpendicular with each other, right? You start squeezing gently with all your fingers until you form like a shape like that. And then you lift it up, turn it around, repeat. And that's it. You can keep doing it until you get a nice pretty ball. You don't have to, but I guess the ball makes it a bit more aerodynamic. And once you got that, I just take the hook, puncture it into the bait, wash my hands of the excess bait, like so, and we can get ready for some casting.
I got summer on my mind, nowhere else, no Lord, take me downtown, to you. People show me love, but I can't take it. What I said was true, real pain, can't fake it. Still they wanna be with me, still they
Fish on.
Fish on! Wow! Second cast. The first cast we lost the fish because my cameraman had to go make a deposit to the Mushroom Kingdom. It's alright, it's all good. Now, you have to be careful with some of the fish here. Just like the last fishing park, they have a pier. So what that means is there's that likelihood that the fish might just take the fight easy so they can come to the pier faster and dive in and make you lose it. So, yeah. But from what I feel, it's not that heavy a fish just yet, so yeah, not that heavy. I should be able to bring it in. All right, let's bring it in. Oh my. It's in. Ooh, that's a nice fish. Wow, my first rohu this year. I mean, not rohu, my first gaho this year. So in Thai, this fish is called gaho. They're very fragile, so treat them very gently. Let me get the pliers. Oh, that's a very nice fish. Beautiful. I remember when I was at the last Bungsamran, it took me 3 days to catch one of these. And I just landed this on like my second cast. What the hell's going on? Time to let it go. Whew. Nice. And I'm covered in fish line, but whatever. That's the whole point of this anyway, right? It's an 03 number. We're technically not in Bangkok anymore. Great service. Up here. สวัสดีครับโทรมาจากแพร73นะครับแล้วอยากจะสั่งอาหารหน่อยครับมีอะไรบ้างคะเอาแค่ข้าวผัดสับปะรด2 จานครับข้าวผัดสับปะรด2 จานนะคะครับผมครับผมมากครับสวัสดีครับ When I was at the last Bungsamran, their pineapple fried rice is the fucking bomb. Like seriously, one of the best pineapple fried rices I ever had. So hopefully they move their kitchen staff here too, so we can appreciate some delicious kapat saparot. From what I see, it already doesn't look as nice as the last one. The original place served it in a pineapple shell. So you actually would have a whole half an entire pineapple carved out, and they put the fried rice in here. So packaging is already a no-no for me. But the inside looks quite similar. So pineapple fried rice. What is in pineapple fried rice here? In this case, you have raisins, cashew nuts, of course, pineapple, pork floss, and sweet Chinese sausage. Oh, and also, there you go, a bit of chicken breast and regular sausage. Regular sausage as well. It's quite a mixture of flavors, but believe me, it should be quite good. Bon appetit. Okay, at least they kept the recipe. So I'm pretty sure that they have the same chefs, but they decided not to serve it in half the pineapple anymore. So guys, Bungsamran, if you're watching this, this is all you have to fix about this place, okay? For now. But it still tastes good.
Yeah.
ปลาขวาครับ Ooh, ooh, heavy fish. อุ้ยอุ้ยไม่ใช่กระโห้แล้วครับเฮ้ยมันลื่น So I think I hooked onto a really big thing because all I feel is weight and strength pulling out. Look at this. I can't even pull it in. I'm just lifting it rod and the reel just lets out line. But hey, it's all good. Just take your time. A lot of people mess up the Mekong Giant because they bring it in too fast, right? So most likely this could be a Mekong Giant, but wow, that is quite a pull. Ooh. Okay. And I don't have the toughest rod here today either. This is kind of like my striped catfish rod. I broke my Mekong rod recently, so we're here at Bungsamran going after Mekongs with a striped catfish rod. Just to put into perspective, striped catfish usually grow to about maybe at most 15-20 kilos, whereas the Mekong Giant, the world record somewhere over 200 something kilos. So yeah, two very different species of catfish. Similar looking, but one just becomes gargantuan, and the other one's more like, yeah, that's a nice big fish. But the other one's more like, holy crap, is that bigger than me? Next. Close by. I'm just imagining this big fish in the water, slowly getting pulled like an inch per minute. Kind of like, you know, when you're trying to drag someone lazy out of bed. Come on, dude, you gotta go to work. So if your fish goes right, ideally you want to steer it back left. So here, you can see that I'm using my legs over here. I'm pressing with this leg while holding the butt of the rod and the top of the rod of this, just pulling it like that, see? Just pulling it and then I crank it back. And then hands over here and just pull it with my whole body. So I'm not just using my arms, I'm using my legs, right, like this. Start from this position and pull with my core muscles, upper body, arm, leg, and feet. So when you do that, you're not tiring yourself out at like one point of your body at a time. We have been fighting this fish for roughly 10 minutes now. And you can see it's still got a lot of strength. But I can control the fish a lot more than just now because I kept the fight outside. And now it's just fighting around the last 10 meters of the line, but not trying to dive into the docks. It doesn't have any strength to dive into the docks anymore. Or so I hope. Because I have had times where all of a sudden they just suddenly have this extra bit of strength.
It's huge.
Another thing is the moment they see sunlight, they have a second wind. So with that second wind, you know, it's kind of like they see the light. You got to remember, these are bottom feeding fish. They hang real deep, their eyes are pointed down. The moment you lift them up high, they see the sunlight, they panic, and they have that second burst of adrenaline going, uh-oh. But don't worry, we're just taking it up for a quick photo shoot in the sun and putting it back in. One hand at the ring of the net, the other hand right here at the stem, and with your legs, let's get up. Oh! Woo! That is a nice plabuk. So plabuk is a local name for the Mekong giant catfish. This is like an average size here. It's pretty fun. Off you go. And that's how you catch a Mekong giant catfish. It's not about strength. It's about taking your time and technique. That's all it is. Well, that's it, folks. That's all the time we had for today. It took us roughly an hour to get here, which is comparatively the same as the last place. It's further, but at the same time, in a less traffic congested area. The scenery is gorgeous. I mean, you're surrounded by rice paddies. The fish species are pretty much the same, although there are a lot of baby Siamese giant carp, so if you like Siamese giant carp, this is the place for you. I had a great time fishing here, and the setup of the whole thing is quite different now. They no longer have a central pier down the middle, so you have the fancy bungalows on one side and the regular fishing on the other side. So thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm Bangkokhooker, and this is Bangkokhooker's Fishing in Town.
Where we from,